New York Mets, so disappointing. So disappointing for the New York Mets, 48-56. They're 14.5 games back. They're 4-6 in the last 10 games. They've lost 3 games in a row. The Atlanta Braves are 48-57. They've lost 6 games in a row. They're 15 games back. The Philadelphia Phillies, I want to say it, they're the worst team in baseball. 39-65, 23.5 games back. They're 6-4 in their last 10 games, but nobody cares because you're 39-65. In the Central Division of the National League, the Chicago Cubs are 57-48. The Milwaukee Brewers are 2.5 games back. Now, the Cubs have won 3 games in a row. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. The Brewers are 4-6 in their last 10 games, but they won last night against the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Brewers are at 56-52. The Cubs 57-48. St. Louis comes into tonight's game at 52-54. They're 5.5 games back. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. And they lost last night to the Milwaukee Brewers. The Pittsburgh Pirates are 51-54. They're 6 games back. They're 4-6 in the last 10 games. And the Cincinnati Reds have won 2 games in a row, but they're 3-7 in the last 7 games, and they're 43-63. They're 14.5 games back. Now, the Cubs, the Brewers, the Cardinals, and the Pirates, they're all so close. The Cubs are playing great baseball right now, but they are going to go through another little area or a little stretch of the schedule where they're not going to be playing good baseball. The Brewers are going to heat up. The Cardinals are going to heat up because they always do. And Pittsburgh's got talent, so they're going to heat up. This is still a wide-open division, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say it right now. Those of you that think the Cubs now are going to walk away with the division, sorry, folks, you're wrong. This is a wide-open division for the next month. Out west, the Los Angeles Dodgers of Los Angeles, California. Man, oh, man, if you're a Dodgers fan, you can just sit back and just watch and listen to, I think, the best baseball being played right now in Major League Baseball. They are 75-31, 9-1 in the last 10 games. They've won 9 games in a row. They went out and traded for Hugh Darvish to add to an already unbelievable pitching staff. Colorado is 14.5 games back, but they're 61-46. Now, Arizona, who's 15 games back, they're 60-46. So Colorado and Arizona still in the wild card race. This is a good little race here between Colorado and Arizona. If the Brewers can start winning some baseball games and start playing like they were in April and May and June, the Brewers could be right there along with Arizona and Colorado making a run at their wild card. San Diego is 28 games back. They're 47-59. San Francisco, who's just playing really bad baseball, they're 35 games back. They're 41-67. The Dodgers already have this division. You just got to look at it and say, okay, the Dodgers are going to win this division. But you have Colorado and Arizona right there making a run at the wild card. And I love it because I love the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Brewers are still going to be in it. Why not? They're 5 games out of the wild card. You've got Miami starting to play better baseball. Maybe they'll make a little run at it. But I think right now it's between Milwaukee, Colorado, and Arizona Diamondbacks. And how about those Los Angeles Dodgers of Los Angeles, California? Man, oh, man, oh, man. I mean, Vin Scully's got to be sitting at home going, I shouldn't have retired. I shouldn't have retired. And I could call one more World Series. One more World Series he could have called. So we'll see about that. So kudos to the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Yankees. The Yankees went out. That's Eddie Gray. That's going to improve that team so much. And they are playing good baseball right now. So that's the standings as we stand today in Major League Baseball. Once again, the Brewers will take on the St. Louis Cardinals tonight right here at Miller Park in the greatest baseball city in the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at a lot more stuff going on for the Milwaukee Brewers, and we're going to take a look at on this day in baseball history. And we'll do it right after this short break. You're listening to the big show. We call it Brewtownsports.
The 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses! He's got it! 3,000 to Robin. Come on, Brewers! Milwaukee Brewers, yeah, yeah. Go, go, go! He's got it. 3,011. Come on, Brewers! Milwaukee Brewers, yeah. Go, go, go for a little bit more. That extra effort shows in the score. A double play, a big home run. The Brewers are brewing up a barrel of
Hey, welcome back to the big show. We call it Brewtownsports. Look for us on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, it's called Brewtownsports. On Facebook, it's called Mr. Brewtown. Check out the Facebook group. It's called True Blue Brew Crew. A lot of people have been signing up going, man, we want to be a part of this. So go ahead and do it. Just get up on Facebook. You all know how to do it. I'm sure that everybody in the world now knows how to get on Facebook, sign up for the group. I'll say, yes, you can become part of our group. Just make sure you're not a Cardinals fan or a Cubs fan or a Pirates fan. You got to be a Milwaukee Brewers fan or at least a baseball fan. So there you go. Check that out. Also, you can listen to the show at baseballtalkradio.com, Spreaker.com, Podomatic, Player FM, Stitcher, TuneIn, at iTunes.com, and the 405media.com, Super Live Talk, the Righteous Podcast. You can email the show at MrBrewtown78 at gmail.com, and if you do it, I'll read them right here on the big show. Let's talk a little bit about the Milwaukee Brewers. Some Brewers are having a good season. I mean, when you take a look at some of the numbers, Travis Shaw, I mean, nobody really knew anything about this guy. I mean, Boston gave up on him. They said, hey, Brewers, why don't you take this guy? We don't know what to do with him. We're disappointed with the guy. Why don't you take him? I mean, you guys don't have a third baseman. You haven't had a third baseman since Aramis Ramirez left, so that you've got a hole there, so just put Travis Shaw in there. He's batting .292 on the season. He also leads the Brewers with 24 home runs. This guy is having a great season, ladies and gentlemen. I wish the national media would wake up to this and say, this guy has better numbers than Bryant down in Chicago. So start talking about Travis Shaw. Good, and smart. Trade for the Milwaukee Brewers. Eric Thames has also got 24 home runs. Now, he got off to that big start. I mean, he was hitting home runs in the month of April, and everybody thought, oh, my God, this guy's he's gonna hit 55 home runs. 24 home runs is still good. But, you know, he's a platoon now with Aguilar. I like Aguilar. I think he's the first baseman of the future. Eric Thames is the guy who's right now the kind of the big name over at first base. Defensively, he's good. Aguilar needs some work, but he's also got a big bat. But Eric Thames, 24 home runs. Runs batted in. Travis Shaw leads the Milwaukee Brewers with 74. Stolen bases, Jonathan Villar with 20 stolen bases. You know, Jonathan Villar is just not having a good season. I like the guy. I think he's a great second baseman. I think he's going to be a Milwaukee Brewer for a while. But he's just not having a good season. Just when you think, hey, this guy's getting it all back together, he just goes back into a slump. But he's got great speed, runs the bases well. And he leads the Milwaukee Brewers with 20 stolen bases. Pitching, Zach Davies leads the Brewers with 12 wins. I just didn't see this coming. Zach Davies is really having a good season. Corey Knebel, of course, went to the All-Star game. He didn't get to play, but he leads the Brewers with saves with 19. Earned run average, Jimmy Nelson with a 3.37 ERA. Strikeouts, Jimmy Nelson with 149 strikeouts on the season for the Milwaukee Brewers. So the Brewers pitching staff actually is much better than all of us said it was going to be. So this has just been a surprising season for everybody, and nobody was forecasting the Brewers. Even the most hardcore Milwaukee Brewers fans, even the drunkest Milwaukee Brewers fans, weren't going, I think that team's going to win it. There's still a chance. I mean, seriously, folks, there's still a chance that the Milwaukee Brewers could win this division. I'm still not sold that the Cubs have put it all together. They're a good team. They've got a lot more talent than the Milwaukee Brewers. The St. Louis Cardinals have more talent than the Milwaukee Brewers. I think the Pittsburgh Pirates right now have more talent than the Milwaukee Brewers. But Craig Counsell and the Milwaukee Brewers just don't believe that. They're looking at it and saying, hey, we can win this division. We can win this division, so we're going to go out and do it. And I'd love to see that. That would be the shocker of shockers in Major League Baseball. Let's take a look at on this date in baseball history. All the way back in 1912, 1921, with jurors lifting the men onto their shoulders. The 8 White Sox players accused of throwing the 1919 World Series were acquitted by the jury. The next day, Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis, who was a real jerk, by the way, will say the overwhelming evidence clearly shows that the Black Sox fixed the games with gamblers, and all involved will be banned from playing professional baseball again. If I had been around in 1921, I would have demanded that Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis be restricted and banned from Major League Baseball, and I would have let some of those players on the 1919 World Series that did not throw a game or be a part of it, that somehow it got banned, would continue to play. Shoeless Joe Jackson being one of them. On this date in 1932, Cubs general manager Bill Veeck Sr. announces that Charlie Grimm will take over for Roger Hornsby, who was fired as the skipper of the second-place club. The popular Jolly Charlie, who inherits the job in part due to his predecessor's ineptness to his players to cover gambling debts, starts by winning 20 of 25 games as the team's player manager and will lead the team to the National League pennant in 1932. On this date, 1959, Bill Bruton in both the first and the sixth inning of the nightcap of a twin bill right here in the greatest baseball city in the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at Oak County Stadium, hits a 3-run triple. The Braves center fielder pair of 3-baggers with the bases loaded contributes to the team's 11-5 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. Of course, that was the old Milwaukee Braves team. On this date in 1959, in the ninth inning of a 5-4 loss to Boston, Detroit's Briggs Stadium, Jim Bunning tosses a frame and release, strikes out 3 batters on 9 pitches, sending Sammy White, Jim Mahoney, and Ike Durlock back to the dugout with bats in their hand. The Tiger right-hander becomes the 10th pitcher in Major League Baseball history to accomplish that feat. On this date in 1970, after attending a tryout camp, Frank White is signed by the Royals as an amateur free agent. The 19-year-old infielder, one of the few successful graduates from the Baseball Academy the team operated in the early 70s, will play his entire 18-year career in Kansas City, having his number retired by the franchise in 1995. On this date in 1979, at the age of 32 years old, Thurman Munson is killed when the Cessna plane that he is learning to fly clips a tree and crashes 1,000 feet short of the runway at Akron-Canton Regional Airport. The Yankees catcher had been taking lessons over the 2 years so he could get home more easily on off days to be with his family in Ohio. And I remember that day. That was a sad day. Thurman Munson was a great catcher, a great human being, and really was, I think, the backbone of the New York Yankees. And it was a sad, sad day when that happened. Also on this date, 1981, Cardinal right-handed Bob Gibson, slugging first baseman Johnny Mize, who played with the Cardinals, Giants, and Yankees, and Negro League pioneer Rube Foster were inducted into the Hall of Fame. Gibson was elected in his first year of eligibility, with Mize and Foster getting the nod from the Veterans Committee. So that's on this date in baseball history for this date, which is August 2nd. And congratulations to the commissioner, Bud Selig. He's in the Hall of Fame. That's what he's wanted for a long time. He got it. Congratulations. Do something now with your life. Okay, Bud? I mean, come on. You're in the Hall of Fame. Let's do something with our lives. So that's pretty much our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it because, hey, guess what? I sure enjoyed giving it to you. You are listening to the big show. We call it Brewtownsports. Look for us on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, it's called Brewtownsports. On Facebook, it's called Mr. Brewtown. You can also look for us and sign up for the Facebook group called True Blue Brew Crew. You can listen to the show at baseballtalkradio.com, Spreaker.com, Podomatic, Player FM, Stitcher, TuneIn, and iTunes.com. The 405media.com, Super Live Talk and Righteous Podcast. You can email the show at MrBrewtown78 at gmail.com. Go Brewers, go. Have a good night, everybody. Broadcasting from the greatest city in the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Mr. Brewtown has left the studios. Drive home safely. Beep, beep.